back with another video on Chantel's worst roommate situation ever. So we hope y'all enjoy this video, and if you want to watch it, stay tuned. Okay, so if you're not from like upstate, I'm gonna just go ahead and explain, or if you don't go to USC upstate, I'm just gonna explain how it is. So on campus there's like two set of like dorms, and then there's like the villas, and those are like dorms, they just got kitchens, so it's like not really nothing. And then you have like a complex on USC upstate like campus kind of, and it's like the ratchet, it's like the hood the hood apartments. And then I'm not gonna tell like the names just because you can figure it out. I don't know if you can get any personal information.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get in trouble for doing this, so like I'm not gonna say the names of the apartment complexes. You just know like USC upstate, and then if you're from there you can kind of put it together. So on the campus is these ghetto apartments, and then once you go up, like once you get to the main road, like across the street is like the nice apartments, like they're the newest ones. And then there's two other sets of apartments like a little ways down the street. And pretty much if you stay off campus, you stay in one of the 4 locations that I just named, or I just told you about. So me personally, me and Shari, my roommate at the time and my best friend, we both stayed on campus together in the dorms together, and we decided when we moved off campus we was going to stay together. So we toured 2 apartment complexes, and they were the ones down the road from the school. We toured the first one we toured is the one that we signed our lease with. But and you toured it too.
And it looked nice.
And it was cute. Yeah. Cute. And so if you from upstate, you know, okay, so like once you get on that road to go like towards Walmart and stuff, it's one complex right here. And then once you go down a little bit more, there's another complex. I was in that first complex, so you can put it together. And if you know me,
okay,
whatever, it's fine. Whatever, they did me dirty. Whatever. So I stayed in that first complex, and they are nice from the outside in comparison to the ones on campus. Like it was nice on the outside, and then when we toured it, it was nice too. Because I had them come up, my mom and my sister come up there and tour too. So anyways, so Shari was with us. We was like, yes, we're gonna sign our lease. Like, this is our first apartment. Yes.
Apartment goes.
Apartment goes. Oh, wait, let me make sure I'm hitting my bullets.
Yes, wrote down stuff in her notes so we can stay on track.
Okay, so we picked that one because that's where we wanted to stay at. Let me just go ahead and explain the area though, because if you from upstate, like upstate is in Spartanburg, South Carolina, it's nothing. Like Spartanburg has literally nothing. It's like, I can't even tell you, like it's so boring.
I hated it there.
It's just like the country. So surrounding the college, there's literally like nothing. It's nothing. Like, I mean, it's your typical like fast food restaurants, gas stations, Walmart, stuff like that, but like there's nothing like city life. No, it's nothing. It's nothing. But so like down the street from the school, there's like a QT, and there's a old hotel, there's a McDonald's, and there's like a roundabout, and like usually it's like a lot of like junkies around there, like people, you know what I'm saying, like asking for money, stuff like that. Like it's something like a rough part of Spartanburg kind of. So yeah, so I'm just letting y'all know that because that's gonna come into play later.
Yeah, that's in handy right there.
Okay, so okay, let me just go ahead and explain the moving process, because I know a lot of people, a couple people was reaching out to you, asking
they were
me
like,
about,
well, because first of all, we supposed to record this a long time ago, but it's fine. But people was like, so where's this video that we gonna get about the apartments? Because I'm thinking about moving off campus, and I was like, girl,
just wait. I have to write down the tea because I couldn't remember.
Yeah, it's a lot of tea, y'all.
It's a lot. Okay, so the moving process, everything was fine. I mean, me and Shari, we signed our papers we signed the lease at the apartment I just told you, and we got a 4-bedroom. So it's gonna be me and her, and then we're gonna get 2 other random roommates. So of course, when you sign a lease like that, they usually give you like a survey to fill out, and you kind of like, it helps them pair you with other roommates basically. So we had to fill that out, which was fine. And then move-in day, it was fine. I mean, like initially moving into the apartments, I would say it wasn't like super clean as I would think it would be. Like you would think that they'll have like oh, you didn't move in. Okay, so yeah, y'all see my moving vlog. You can go back on my channel and see my moving vlog. It was kind of ratchet because I recorded off my phone or something. But yeah, it was kind of, I mean, I don't know, it just wasn't as clean as it should have been. And like there was a lot of stuff in the cabinets in the kitchen, like left over from like people that used to stay there, and it was just like kind of junky. You could tell nobody, like a maid didn't come in and actually like clean it. Because when I moved in here, like my stuff was clean to where I was like, I really don't need to clean it, but I'm gonna go ahead and slap some bleach down anyway. Yeah, so it wasn't like that at Upstate. Yeah, so me and Shari moved in, and then when we moved in, we already had one roommate that was already there, and she doesn't get a name because she didn't really do anything. Like, she was cool. She was a senior at the time. She was finishing out her senior year, and she was like a nursing major. And at the time, we were all nursing majors, so their parents were nursing majors. So
did I ever meet her? I don't think I remember.
She did her own thing. But so that was cool. Then we're gonna have to start naming people. So we had another roommate come move in, and I'm gonna name her Katie for this video. And then we had 2 empty rooms. And then there was another girl that moved in, and she was Indian, and she moved in, and her name is gonna be Casey. We're gonna say Katie and Casey. So Casey moved in. She's the Indian girl. She's the one I talked to more than the other girl, but they both moved in, and now we have 1 empty room. So the way, so we have 1 empty room. But the way it's set up in the apartment, you walk in, to the right is my room, and then there's like 2 more doors down there. And then there's a door by the kitchen. So it's like 3 doors here, 1 door by the kitchen. I stayed at this first door. These 2 rooms were took, and then the one in between us was empty. So whoever moved in there will be right beside me, basically. So like, if that was loud and stuff, I could hear them. So we all had good chemistry. Everything was fine. I mean, like, no real problems between any of us. Like I said, me and Casey used to talk all the time. She was so sweet, and she was Indian, so she used to put me on to like where she stayed at, where she used to live at, how it was. So she was really nice. So one day we get this text message from our apartment complex saying that we were about to get a new roommate. And in the message, they tell us the name of the roommate. I honestly can't remember the name of the roommate. I didn't pay no attention because it's gonna be another college student moving in. Like you
don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, I don't even gotta worry about it. Like, whatever. I just meet her when she comes. But the name on the thing was kind of, it was like an older name. So like, me and Casey was talking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, did you see it, blah blah blah. She was like, yeah, and I hope it's not like an older woman or whatever. And I was like,
so funny.
Wouldn't do that, but that would be funny.
Why would that happen?
That wouldn't happen though. But that would be funny. So we was like, okay, cool. So that happens, and I wasn't there the day that she moved in because I think I was like at home. I was at work or something like that. Y'all, they actually moved in a old woman. And when I say old, I'm not playing with y'all.
She was old.
She was old. So what you think? How old she was?
She was probably like 70. Yeah, 70, 60, 70.
60, 70.
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't say 80.
She was an older.
She might have been pushing it today. Yeah.
Yeah. White. I could just say white hair. They be saying white. So she was like an older white woman. She had like gray, white hair.
I don't even remember what she looked like.
I remember. So this lady moved into the room beside my room, and so when I first met her, I walked into the house, and it was like 2 older people sitting on the couch, and it was a male, and then it was a white woman, and I was like, oh, they probably moving in their grandbaby. Yeah, I'm thinking they moving in their grandkid. So I was like, let me go in my room, mind my business, you know. So later on, these people leave. I think I was leaving out, and the white lady was in the older lady was in the living room, and she comes to me and she's like, oh hi, like I'm so and so. Still to this day, I really don't know her name, so I'm just gonna call her old lady for the video. I really don't know her name.
No, we gave her a name when we were trying to record it the other day.
Yeah, I can't.
Maxine.
I just say Maxine. So Maxine seen me, and she came up and introduced herself, and she was like, you know, I'm your roommate, blah blah blah. And she was just like, what's your name? And I was like, Chantel. She was like, huh? I was like, it's Chantel. She was like, I'm sorry, but I can't really hear that good. And that's how she talks. She's like,
that sounds exactly like her.
I can't really hear that. So she had on like a nightgown. So she ain't had no pants, so she just had like a nightgown, and you could just tell like. Anyways, she was like, I'm sorry, I can't really hear that good. And so I was like, it's Chantel. And then it was just like regular. I remember I went back in my room. I called my friend and I was like, honey, I can't believe you would not believe what just happened. They moved the old lady here, so I had to text Casey on Instagram, and I was like, girl, they moved in the old lady, like for real. We was laughing, but they moved in the old lady. So so a couple days go by, and I remember me and Casey was talking about it. I was actually mad that they did move in the old lady, but I was like, I was like, surely they're gonna move her out, because like
this is a mix-up or something.
This is a mistake.
It's a mistake. It's okay.
So I know it's not gonna be long. So I remember me and Casey was talking about it. Casey said she had went to the front office and she was like, I'm trying to get them to, I asked her what they can do to get her out, because like what? And they was telling her at the office like, this is only temporary. We only putting her here because her room isn't ready. This is what she told me. So I was like, okay, cool. So then a couple days go by. Casey said she went back up there and she was like, bro, like what is going on? And then they were saying like she didn't want to move out because she liked living there with us.
Honey.
So one time I was in the kitchen and the old lady Maxine was in there and she was just saying how they wanted her to move to this other place, but the girl had a dog over there and she was like, she don't know about that dog. So I was like, okay. And then she was like, she actually like living here because it's quiet and we're some nice young ladies and she just like living here. So I was like, okay, bro, like what?
Ma'am,
now
I'm gonna need you to get out.
It would have been different if this lady was rude and if I stayed there like a lot, because like usually I was at my friend's house or I was home or I was at work. So it didn't really bother me. It was just embarrassing because like, dang, like if I tried to have a party over here, like y'all gonna be like, y'all stay with an old lady, like what? So the old lady moves in, and I told you guys where like the apartment was set up at. So like down the street, it was like a hotel, and it was like full of like junkies and stuff like that. When I had a conversation with the old lady, she basically said that she lived there. And I'm not saying that she was a junkie, but I'm just saying like that's where she came from, so you can just understand like how she,
the environment,
appearance and like everything how it looked. So she was just like, she lived there, but the rent was going up or something, so she had to find a new place, so she ended up moving here. So I was like, oh, okay.
Well, this is the students, but
go off, sis. So yeah, so she moves in, trying to get her out. Okay, so after time goes on, of course she's not moving out because she really did like staying there. So,
but how is she telling them that she don't want to move out anymore?
That was their fault, because they shouldn't have moved her in. Because how you gonna move her in and then try to move her somewhere else? Yeah. You can't do that. She paying rent like everybody else.
Moved everything in.
Right. So it was my complex's fault for doing that, and they didn't even run it by us. Like they just told us like she moving in. So I'm just saying, sis, like be careful where you trying to stay at, because they don't be college affiliated now. But okay, so there was some problems with my roommates and this old lady, and I didn't really know about it because I ain't really talk to everybody every day about stuff that was going on. But the old lady would tell me a lot of stuff because she just loved to talk to me for some reason.
So you're probably the only one that was like willing to talk, and it's like so nice, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I was.
Because when you was talking to her when we was there, I was like,
and the other girls would just be like, what? Like every time we would leave out the house, she'd be like, y'all have a good night, a nice day, y'all have a nice day. And they would just be like, slamming the door. They wouldn't even say nothing. I would be like,
aggravated. I'd be aggravated too.
I feel them. I really
like
do.
But she's an old woman, but still, like, this is, I didn't sign up for this.
Right.
Like, come on now.
Right. So I was being nice though, but so she was telling me like something was going on with the AC. She turned the AC down, and one of the girls turned it back up, and she put a note on there, and she was like, "Don't touch the AC."
Period.
And I seen it, and I was like, "That don't got nothing to do with me, because I don't touch. I got my own heater. Like, don't play with me." So the old lady was telling me about it, and she was like, "Yeah, I tried to talk to her, and I tried to shake her hand, and she wouldn't shake my hand. She just went in the room and closed her door." And I was like, I don't know what they got going on. So that's going on. Everybody's pretty unhappy, like why they moved in this lady. So the summer is approaching now. It's second semester at this point, of course. The summer is approaching, and Casey and Katie decided to move out, and ain't nobody they ain't let me know. Nobody let me know. The old lady told me, oh yeah, she's moving out. I didn't even know until like I just came there. And the reason why I don't know all this stuff is because I don't be there all the time. Like after this old lady moved in, like I'm just staying at my friend's house more. I'm going home more. Like this already not a good semester for me. Like I just don't even want to be here. So yeah, so that's why I don't really know a lot of stuff until I get home, and then people tell, well, the old lady be telling me all the tea. So she was telling me that the 2 girls moved out, and I'm like, oh my god, what?
They got up out of
so
there.
It's just me and the old lady.
Wait, how did they get their niece?
They went to go talk to the people, I guess. I don't know. Well, Casey went back to India because I remember she was telling me she was going home for the summer. But then I found out she moved all her stuff out and moved into another place in College Point. She didn't really break a lease. She just went to a different place. And I could have did the same thing, but I already knew like I'm not going to Upstate no more. So I was like, it's fine. I'll just stick it out for the summer, like whatever. I'm not even going to be here like that. Even though I really should have went down there and said something to somebody. I didn't say nothing. So if y'all are in this position, make sure you say something and let people know what's going on. I didn't say nothing because I didn't really care to say anything, but looking back I should have. Anyways, so those 2 girls move out, so it's just me and the old lady in 2 empty rooms. They move in another lady, and in the message, can I put her name in here, Sharon?
You already said it now.
Yeah.
Well,
she's not really a factor, but she is a factor, but she really not.
Yeah. You can say it.
Let's just call her Shay. Shay, she's a white lady too. She's not as old as the first lady. You never met Shay, but she's not as old as the first lady. But she's like unattractive. She don't look like a lady.
Wait. I thought she was black.
No.
The one?
I gotta get her.
Oh. Dang, how many were in there?
Yes. I told you they moved.
I didn't know it was that many older people in there. I thought it was just
No, when them 2 girls moved out, they moved in another older lady. She wasn't, well, I couldn't tell if she was as old as Maxine was. She didn't look it, but she didn't look like a lady. She looked like a bulky. She looked like a bulky like tomboy. But she was old. She looked like a bulky tomboy, okay? But let me tell y'all. So she moved in, and then the Maxine lady, the old lady, the first old lady, she came to me and she was like, oh yeah, her name's Shay, and I know her from McDonald's. She's a really nice lady.
yeah.
She said, listen. She said, I just want to let you know, like, she's usually gone on the weekends to her family's house. So she usually doesn't come back until like the morning. I just want to let you know, because I know your friend comes and, you know, he stays sometimes. I just want to let you know. And I'm looking at her like, what is you talking about? Like, I stay here too, and I pay rent just like y'all pay. Yeah. And if my friend gonna come stay with me, he's gonna come stay with me. Regardless, yeah. I don't care about who Shay is and her tomboy looking self. Big built. I don't care. She warning me, and I'm like, nah. Like sis, okay. She gonna have to, what she gonna do, tell me not to have, no. You're not gonna do nothing. So she said she's warning me, and I'm like, okay. And then, oh y'all, this she says, this what she does. She warns me about that, and she said, and she was just like, and I know, like, basically like y'all smoke, and I just want to warn you, she's a pretty straightforward lady. And I'm like,
ma'am, I don't even smoke.
Huh? Like, she was insinuating that I was smoking weed and marijuana and stuff like that, and I could smell it. And I was like, oh, I don't smoke. And she was like, you don't smoke? It smells so good. I just thought I smelled something. And I'm like, oh yeah, I smell it all the time. And in this apartment, I mean, I'm staying in college apartments. If you don't smell weed, like,
yeah, you gonna smell it.
You gonna smell weed. I'm sorry, you're just gonna smell weed. The people smoke weed in college, okay? I personally, I don't smoke weed, okay? So when she said that, I was like, huh? Like, yeah, I don't smoke weed. My friend don't smoke weed either. Well, he don't smoke weed here for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, you need to dead that. And she was like, oh, it just smells so good, and you know, I just thought y'all had, I don't know. And I I was like, yeah, no, we don't. Like, first of all, I don't even know this lady. I don't know who you are talking about we smoke weed.
And why? Have you ever seen me smoking it? No.
Yeah, like what? So that comes into play later. So we had that conversation, and then Sharon ends up moving in. I see Sharon, honey. I was like, that's Sharon or that's Sharon's boyfriend? Sharon didn't look
I can't even tell.
Nah, she looked like Maxine, like an old lady. She looked like an old grandpa. That's how she looked. So let me tell y'all this story. So one time I came home, it was me and my friend. We came home and we was about to cook that night. So we came home, I walk in the door and Maxine was in the kitchen. She was in the freezer, like in the freezer. She had got in the freezer. I'm just playing. No, but she did have that freezer door open. So I was like, okay. So she was like, oh, guys. So I'm trying to get into my door and like, she's like, guys. Today, Sharon failed at work. So Sharon worked down the street, kind of. I'm not gonna say where she worked at, because I already said her name. So anyways, she worked down the street at like a fast food joint. So she worked down the street. She's like, Sharon failed at work. How Maxine knows she failed at work? I don't know why Maxine is at the fast food restaurant all day. I don't know.
Did Maxine see it?
Maxine was there. She said she's seen it. And she was worried. Yes. And I was like, okay, like what they got to do with me? But
guys, she failed.
She was like, guys, listen, it gets crazy. She said, guys, she failed at work. I just want to know, are these your like peas in here? She needed something like to ice Sharon or whatever. So she was like, I just wanted to take it to her. I don't know, like, is any of this yours? And I was like, no, like none of it's mine. I don't even cook here. I don't be here. Like, no, you can have whatever's in there. So while she's saying this, she's like walking over to me and my friend, but she's like, guys. She's like, I'm really stressed out. She said, I'm really, me and my friend like, why? She was coming over to us, and like, you know where my room is, it's kind of in that corner. So it's like, you got us cornered.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get the key in the door, like, come on, the door. So I'm trying to hurry up. And so she was like, guys, I'm really stressed out. And if you have something on you, I don't mind buying it for, I don't know, $20, just like a bag of, and we was like, huh? So my friend goes in the room and it's just me out there talking to her, and I was like, we don't smoke. Like, we don't sell, we don't smoke, we don't do none of that. And she was like, tears was filling up her eyes. I could see it. It was so cringy and weird. It was cringy. She was like, I've been really stressed out all day. Me and my daughter got into it. She was like, I just really need something to just get me going. She's like, oh, I just buy something from y'all. It's like, man, we don't got nothing. So I closed my door. Me and my friend like,
did you like, y'all closed it when she was still trying to talk?
No, she had walked away. She was like, she had walked away. And so we was in there like looking at each other like, are you serious? Like, we gotta get out of this. Is just craziness. What? Like, she was finna cry in my face like that ass. So we was finna leave back out. We was like, we're not staying here. So we leave out. We were trying to leave out, and she was back over in the freezer. And my friend was like, what is she in that freezer for? I don't know what she was doing in that freezer. So she was back in the freezer, and she was like, I'm sorry, I'm just having a rough time. I'm sorry, but I'm just having a rough time today. She was like crying.
In the freezer?
Yes. I'm like, what is she snorting something in there?
Wait. Well, why should you say I'm sorry? Because y'all was like looking at her?
Yeah, because she had just put all that on me and she was finna cry, so we was finna leave. She was like, I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, this was the same day?
Yeah,
okay.
Same day. She was like, I'm sorry, I'm just having a rough time. So we left. We was like, what the hell is going on? So we left. That's one of the instances. After that, we leave, but we come back, I think, later that afternoon because we was gonna cook something. I don't know why we came back the first time. Maybe we had to leave back out and go get something and come back and cook it. So we was in the kitchen cooking, and I have a clip I want to insert right here of, I just had the camera set up while we was cooking, and you can see a glimpse of Maxine, the old lady. She was talking to me and my friend, and you could just kind of feel the vibes. Like, she was old. Meanwhile, Sharon was sitting on the couch in the living room watching TV. So it's me, my friend, they're cooking, and they're in the living room just chilling with us. It's weird, y'all. And so this is the same. I'm gonna go ahead and insert the clip.
Today, my daughter, I found out just a little bit ago, Missy had texted me after she got home and said that my daughter sent her a text saying to tell me she lied to me. And she did it with sound effects. She said her phone was going crazy. Yeah, so I don't know, my daughter can be weird sometimes. I wonder if that was like she was being jealous or hateful, or because she can have an attitude, you know. And so I just wonder if she meant to be a smart aleck or what. But I haven't seen my daughter, and she works as Walmart. I haven't seen my grandson in 10 weeks.
Okay, so now y'all can see how she like kind of is and get the vibe. After this clip, like, I should have kept recording, but I didn't, because I didn't think nothing else crazy was gonna happen. Let me tell you what happened. So me and my friend was cooking, and we was just chilling cooking. So Sharon was on the couch, we thought. She ended up walking into, so this is after she fell at McDonald's. She had went to the hospital and everything. Okay. So she was walking, and we didn't hear her. She was walking into the kitchen, and she was like behind us, and she was like, standing. I can't remember. No, she was standing there. Yeah. And she was like, smells good. She said something. But me and my friend was like, we was turning around and she did that. We was like, smell. She was smells good in here. And I told y'all she looked like a tomboy. So she tall like my friend, but she like big, like she's a bigger lady. And so she was just aggressive and hungry. I don't know if she was hungry, but she was just aggressive. She was like, smells good. And she was like, y'all ever heard of a teeth? It was like some type of fracture she had when she fell. And she was showing like the x-ray. She was like, yeah, feel pretty bad.
What was she doing?
I don't know. And I was more scared because like, you done snuck up on us. What did you got going on? So she went to the refrigerator and then she was like fixing her something to eat. And she was like, y'all have a nice night. And we was like, you too. Like, it was weird. We was like, nah, we gotta go. So we ate our food that night, and that was the end of that situation. That's the only time I had an encounter with Sharon. I don't really never see her. I didn't see her like that anymore, even though she stayed there. But she kind of did her own thing. So after that, a little while after that, we had a new roommate. So they gave us another text message saying we're gonna have a new roommate. At this point, I'm fed up. Like, I don't even, well, I'm like, honey, no, at this point, this is how I felt. I was like, if they moving like a person like me, she gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy and I'm weird because I stay with these other people. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. Like, please don't move with somebody I know. Please, it's scary. Yeah, why she stay with these old people? I'm like, I don't know.
She said I stay with the old people.
So they moving this lady. And I didn't never meet her when she first moved in. One time I had came home and I noticed that she moved in. And I noticed that I kind of figured out who she was because every time I walked into my apartment, there was always a black lady sitting on the stairs outside of my apartment smoking a cigarette. And then every time I would go to my door would be cracked. So I was like, oh, well, let me leave it cracked. Somebody obviously just came out. Like, come on. And so this happened multiple times. Like, it wasn't like one time. I don't usually think if the door's cracked, somebody's behind me. Like, no, usually I would lock the door back. But I kind of put two and two together. So she moves in, and I didn't formally meet her. I just knew that she was there. I knew she was a smoker because I could smell their cigarettes. She would always like leave at like 3 in the morning and go out and smoke. And I could hear her outside my window because like the stairs was like right there, so I could hear her talking to people like, hey, how you doing? Like, she was like an older lady. She was an older lady too. She was an older black lady. She was skinny and she was a smoker. So let me tell y'all when it gets kind of crazy. So one afternoon I came home from work and Maxine, the first old lady, was in the kitchen. She always be in the kitchen. I think she used to be waiting on me to come home so she could tell me what's going on. So she was in the kitchen.
She probably knew what time you was getting home and everything.
She probably did. And so she was like, hey, sweet, hey. Because she was waiting.
She touch you.
She was waiting. She wasn't touching me.
Oh,
then.
I was
She wasn't
saying.
touching me. Yeah, no.
Not
she
yet.
was like, not yet. She was like, are these your pots in here? I think that, and she went screaming. She was walking over to me. She was like, I think that the lady here is using your pots and stuff. I told her earlier, like, these aren't for everybody. She asked me if they're for everybody. I told her they weren't for everybody, but she just started using them. And I was like, okay. So I go in the kitchen, and my friend was there too. I go in the kitchen, and I'm like looking, and I should have recorded this. I'm so sorry. I should have. I was just really mad at the moment. I didn't record none of this. But I had a rice cooker, I had a deep fryer, I had a whole bunch of like spices and oil and stuff like that in the cabinets, and then I had like a dish rack, and I had a whole bunch of like my dishes and stuff in there that I use. So when I walked in the kitchen, my rice cooker, the bowl inside of my rice cooker was sitting on top of the stove. Inside it was a boiled egg, and it was burnt. No cap. It was burnt.
A boiled burnt egg.
Burnt egg.
How do you even do that?
Why are you cooking it in the rice cooker? The rice cooker doesn't have a handle. So, okay, so say for instance she was boiling the eggs and she needed to take it off of the stove. She couldn't touch it because there's no handle. Like, it's just hot. It's just
in there.
Yeah, it's just metal.
But how does she?
Why did you take it out of the rice cooker?
I can't even understand what's going. Like what?
I don't
Thought
know.
process.
I have no clue. I was really pissed off because I'm like, are you stupid? So I seen that and I'm like, are you serious? Okay, and then there was a dirty pot of mine in the sink. It was dirty. I'm like, wow, like I hadn't had no problems with the first two old ladies until the third lady moved in, and now I'm seeing my stuff being tampered with, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not having this. Literally, I sat my stuff down in my room and I grabbed all my stuff in the kitchen and I moved it right into my car. And I never, like, I ain't cooked nothing else no more in my house. This was like in the summer, like it was really close for me to move out anyway, so I was like, fine, whatever, like I just won't cook. But it was just really, really annoying to see that my stuff had never ever been tampered with ever. So I was like, okay, really? Okay. And she had just moved in, like it had been like 3 days or something. She just moved in, so she just had no type of respect. So I was like, okay, so I moved all my stuff out. And the first old lady was she was apologizing to me, and she's like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, no, like, you're fine. It wasn't her fault, like she didn't do anything. She was really nice to me, honestly. She was.
Because when I had seen her, she was nice.
Right. It's just weird, the circumstances, and she don't understand that this is weird.
Yeah.
So, one afternoon, I came back to the house. This is after the whole pot situation. I actually didn't tell nobody about it because I was scared to tell mom, because I was scared she was gonna be like, I'm coming down
right now.
Yeah, and
well, that probably should have happened.
I know, I should have had a conversation with her, or I should have just went down to my apartment complex and told them about it. But whatever. I was like, whatever. I was like, I don't care. Okay, so one time I came home from work and I walk in the house and everything's quiet or whatever. So I'm in my room and all of a sudden I hear this, and I'm gonna go ahead and insert the clip. I don't know if y'all can hear what I can hear, but basically you hear like screams, and you can hear like a chant type of thing. Like she kept saying some words over and over and over. So basically it was the lady that smokes, the new girl, the one that used my pots. Her room is like diagonal. She's black. She was black. Her room was like by the kitchen, and I could still hear her across. Like her room wasn't beside me or the other side of me, she was across from me, so our walls didn't touch, but I could still hear her in her room like yelling something and like chanting something. So I recorded it, and I was like kind of scared because like I couldn't figure out what she was saying over and over, and I don't know, like that's some voodoo witch stuff. I don't know what it was. So I was like packing my stuff because I was leaving that day anyway. I started packing my stuff and I left. I went back home. I'm pretty sure I went back home because I told mama about it. She was like, So I left that day. I recorded that clip for y'all so y'all could hear what was going on. So the day that I came back, I think it was like after the weekend, I came back, Maxine was in the kitchen, and this is the first time she was like telling me about the tea on the black lady. So she was like, hey, just so you know, I had to call the cops.
Hey, just so you know.
So they might be knocking on the door soon. She was like, that lady just, I don't know her name. I still don't even know her name for real. But the black lady, she was talking about the black lady. She was like, the black lady, she didn't say black lady, I'm just gonna say that though. She was like, the lady, she just keeps drinking alcohol and she gets so intoxicated and she's just so, she harasses me and I just had to call the police. I'm so sick of it. I'm so tired of it. And I was like, okay. And then I kind of put two and two together from the last time I heard her screaming and stuff. She had to be like either intoxicated or she was probably like on actual hard drugs, I think. So I was like, that's crazy. So I packed my stuff and I left. I packed my stuff and I left. I went to my friend's house again because I'm not doing this. So after this point, I'm pretty much starting to move my stuff out because like my lease is coming to an end and I'm applying for coastal at this point. And I know for a fact I'm not going to Upstate no more, and I know I'm not staying here no more. So I'm already moving my stuff out, and I'll go ahead and insert the clip here.
Yeah, that wall was gray, so we're trying to paint it back white.
Oh, okay, okay.
So that's what we hear somebody in here talking. We were like, I'm like,
I
open the
might
door.
want to move in here.
Okay.
This room's a lot bigger than mine. I like that. I know what you call them. I can't say
The
what you call 'em.
tapestry.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, okay, okay.
But I thought the other day I saw her come in. I said, maybe she's staying.
No, yes. No, ma'am.
It's good to see y'all. Nice to meet y'all.
Well, nice to see
And I
you.
wish she was staying. She was so good. She's the best roommate I've ever had.
Oh, okay. All right.
She's a baby doll.
All right, bye-bye.
Is she your sister?
Yeah.
Your sisters?
No, I'm her mother.
Oh, well, what's your secret? You look
All right, bye-bye.
So is my impression of her good? Because I think it is.
I think he sounded exactly like her.
So that was her. I was in the process of painting my room, so she came in and she like met my mom and stuff like that.
This is the first time I've ever seen her.
First time you ever seen
Yeah.
her? No, it's not. You remember the first time when we was at homecoming?
Oh.
And you was like, who is that?
Yeah, I was like, that's somebody in law. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, no,
She was in the kitchen. We was trying to go change our shoes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she met her before, but this is like the second time you met her.
That was homecoming.
That was homecoming.
Where was Jenna?
In the car. Remember you had to pee real quick and I had to change my shoes, so we just got out real quick. Basically what was going on is you get to see another glimpse of Maxine and what she'd be, you know, she'd be talking to me all the time. And yeah, y'all seen that hug, so just disregard that because it was just gross.
Well, no, I think I recorded.
Oh, it's two separate videos?
It might be two of them.
Oh,
it
it
might
is
be when
two.
she came, the first time she came in there. And then I think, because I didn't know what was going on when she was talking shit to him. And I thought she was coming in the room and she didn't know I was there.
Okay,
Remember?
wait, so this is my move out day. So I had my sister and my mom come up there because I needed to help moving the rest of my stuff out. So this is when they
And we
came
was
up.
painting your wall back.
And we was painting my wall back white because I had painted my wall gray when I first moved in. So the clips that you were going to see is what I told Shamir to record real quick
I have
because
to.
she kept coming in the room and stuff. But yeah, so what y'all just seen was she met my mom and my mom was just talking to her and they
Wait,
were talking about
no,
my
that
mom.
was not homecoming.
Yeah, it was.
But we stayed in the
I know, but I had came to my house real quick because I need to change my shoes because
Are
my
you sure
shoes hurting.
that wasn't the day that I
No.
came to stay with you for the hurricane?
No, it was homecoming because I had on that outfit and she told me after she seen me how good I looked.
Oh, okay.
And she told people at the office how good I looked. She was telling me about it. I know. She was telling me like after, she was like, oh, you look so nice. I was telling people down there how good you look. You look so nice.
She's really sweet though.
She
but
is really sweet, but it was cringe.
Yeah.
The next clip, I'll go ahead and insert it here.
Oh, okay. Because I said, where's the chair go?
Yeah.
And I said, that's the one I sit in. But I thought she took it in her room.
Oh, okay.
Because she was hollering at me. That's what she was drunk.
Yeah.
And so she was saying stuff like, I want to slap the shit out of you. And all kinds of stuff, you know. And she said, you can really hear. You just act like you can't.
Yeah.
She was just real loud. But she does that every night. And so I try to avoid her. But last night I ran out with, well, yesterday I went out with my best friend. I hadn't seen like 30 years, you know. I was really excited and everything. And so I think she, you know, I think she will, and I think she was jealous because I was happy. And so she tried to pick a fuss with me. And so she kept fussing and she came in there and just turned the TV on because I just had turned it on. She said, you gonna watch TV with me? I said, okay. And she said, she just, you know, started saying real mouthy stuff. You know? So she said, just go to bed. Okay, good night. And I went to bed. But I thought she had picked the chair in her room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I didn't know. I thought maybe y'all might heard me say,
oh, no.
where'd my chair go like that? That's what I wanted to tell you. But everything's cool.
Okay.
I just have to, you know.
Yeah.
She's not going to work like she should, so probably she's going to end up not being able to have me.
Excuse me?
She's real sweet when she's not.
Yeah.
But okay, we do that all the time. Okay, she lays on that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you.
She's you.
You're so sweet.
Thank you.
You're a wonderful person.
Thanw you.
I enjoy knowing you. Hope I get to see you again soon.
Okay.
So in this clip, you can, I don't know if you can kind of hear her, but she was basically giving me another rundown of what was going on.
Yeah.
Some tea.
Cause, well, but you see that she came in first, and I was like, like I'm in here.
Oh, okay. So what Shamir didn't see, we was in the common area. My mama was in the kitchen. She was like rinsing off the paint stuff, and the lady was like, "Come here, I need to talk to you real quick. I need to talk to you."
Come here.
So I was like, okay. So she came into the room. Shamir was on the bed. So Shamir was kind of like, does she know that I'm in here?
Yeah, cause I thought she was gonna go in there and come see what she got in there or something. Cause she was like, I ain't never been in here. Yeah, you don't need to be in here. I'm in here.
Cause I'm in here. So she kind of had walked into my room trying to get away from like my mom. She wasn't trying to be loud and stuff. So I walked over there too, and you can see the back of her. And before she was saying anything, I was telling Shamir like, record, like, say, you know what I'm saying? So that's, you can kind of hear her telling me, giving me the tea about what happened with the black lady and how the black lady was like harassing her the night before and told her to go in her room and go to sleep.
Wait, no, tell it.
She said Maxine said she was sitting on the couch watching TV, and she said the black lady came in the house and she had an attitude, and she said she had said something to Maxine, and Maxine was like, are you gonna watch TV with me? And the lady said, no, you need to go to sleep. She said, no, you need to go in that room and go to sleep. And Maxine said, all right. Maxine said, all right, good night. She said, I went in my room and I said, all right, good night. and I was like, honey, what? She was like, I'm tired of being harassed. I'm tired of her talking to me any type of way. She was like, she's always harassing me, always telling me what I need to do. So she was giving me that tea. I don't know if you could really hear it, but she was giving me that tea. She didn't want no type of smoke. She had already been through that when she had to call the cops, and I don't even think them cops came that night. I don't know who she called. Whoever she called, I know they ain't come. Yeah, so that's pretty much how my worst roommate experience. I don't think it can get, I'm sure it can get worse than that, but like this is one of the worst situations I've ever been in. I didn't think I was ever gonna be in this type of situation ever in my entire life. This is the worst thing that can happen, for real. So,
like, I ain't never heard of this stuff. But she still was telling me, I was like, you have old people?
I told my girls at work, and they were like, what? Yeah. I don't even think people believe me, but now you got clips.
Yeah.
So, comment down below if you guys have similar terrible roommate stories. Comment down below if I sound just like Maxine.
Stories. Yeah. Yeah.
So nice here. So big.
She was really nice.
She was a really nice lady, and she got me a hug at the end of the clip because I was the best roommate she had because I ain't talked to her. I wasn't there. Like,
so we hope y'all enjoyed this crazy story because that is the craziest thing for real. But yeah, subscribe, like the video,
and comment down below your similar stories if you have any.
Please.
And we'll see y'all in our next video.
Bye, guys.